Hi, I'm you. I'm a user, a purchaser. I happen to be an academic and teach at the university, and I wanted to try out an e-ink device. So I saw the advertisement for the ViWoods. I will add here that I tried unsuccessfully 3 times and never received a response to get the educational discount. And then when I saw the ad for the holiday, I said, well, I'll suck it up and I will give this device a try. So, as advertised, I'm supposed to get the device within 2 days. That's not been the case, and I'm actually creating this video on July 14th because that's finally the day that I received this box that supposedly contains the ViWoods device. I'm showing you the box because that's frankly something I would like to see when I am viewing an unboxing, because I'd like to know how they ship the device, and I rarely see that in any of the videos that are made by the many YouTubers. That's important because if the product is not properly shipped, it really doesn't matter how beautiful the box is inside if it gets damaged. So, and right now I'm gonna work my way through the tape here on camera, so you're seeing what I'm seeing, and we're going to try and get ourselves into the box. It's one of those boxes that has a lip that goes inside, which is good because that ensures it doesn't just open up on its own, even if it isn't well sealed and taped. The box was taped on the top, the box was taped on the bottom, so I give them credit for that. I will not say that this is one of the thickest cardboard boxes that I've ever seen, but nonetheless, it is in a cardboard box in terms of the outside. Now I'm trying to open the little lip here on the outer box so that then I'll be able to hopefully raise the box and show you what's inside. So you'll notice that it has a fold over, and that's good because that's sort of a second layer of protection and defense. And then inside of that, we have some styrofoam protection. So now we can lift the central styrofoam inside, and I'll turn it this way. And then you see the distinctive ViWoods box. So now I'm going to reach in and I'm going to take that box out. You'll notice that the box comes out with 2 styrofoam pieces fitted to either end. And I think that's a big plus because it's representing an effort in order to ensure, again, the safety of your product inside of the box. So far, I got to tell you, compared to any of the other products that I've looked at recently, the unboxing experience, which again, I'll say no one ever shows you, is turning out to be superior. So it looks like this is going to have a tab over here on the right after I get through inside the plastic. And before I do anything else here, I always have a habit, aside from making videos, which I usually make for myself, I usually just take a snapshot of the product. And so I'm going to do that here, including any of the codes that are on the box. So that's what I'm doing right now. And now we'll take the scissors and we're going to very carefully cut through the plastic here, start it so that then I will be able to get inside. Yeah, and that would be a plus. When I purchased it, according to ViWoods, I supposedly have 100 days in order to try out the product. I will say that was something else was attractive to me in terms of making the choice here for this particular product. And the box feels very substantial. And I know some people are really into the whole unboxing experience. So, it's got, I'll say, a fairly cool look to it and everything. But it has a nice tab here. So, you have to break the tab in order to actually get into the box. I consider that important. It's a safety issue in terms of you are knowing that you are getting a product that has not been touched by anybody else's human hands. And I don't want refurbished. I'm paying premium, so I want, the original device. A little hard to open their little tab thing there, but I really don't mind that. And now I'm going to open the box so I can sort of see what's inside. You're going to get sort of an upside down view. So it has this nice piece of vellum paper, which I'm going to pull off here. And the vellum paper has written on it a memory, a thought, a place, write it down, and an image, which is kind of cool. And I'm going to lay that carefully off to the side, and then I'll lift it up so you can see what's inside the box. And it's really nicely laid out. I'm going to guess this is the charging cable here, but you have the pen, and it looks like the pen is inside the pen loop, and it looks like the device is, well, we'll see. Looks like the device is inside this gray holder. And so now I'm going to, and I should point out, they give you a nice little place here for actually being able to pull the device out of the box so that you don't ruin anything. And I can lift the device out. And it looks like underneath, I'm going to lay the device over here to the side for a sec so I can show you what else is inside the box. It looks like they give you extra stylus tips, which is a plus because I understand on some of these, stylus tips wear out. So we'll take a look at that. And my guess is this is sort of their warranty information. I don't think anybody anymore gives you a book, a starter book, which frankly I'd like to have. But there's that. And then in the bottom here, I believe this is the charging cable. So we'll take a look at all those things. So I'm going to turn this around, back around here, and we're going to work our way first through these three things. I know you'd like me to open the other first, but I want to savor my experience, okay, even if I share it with you. So opening up inside here, it looks like they give you it looks like there's a couple styles of tips that they give you. I'm going to say that's a huge plus too. So it looks like they give you some black. I'm going to guess those are like polymer type tips, but they also, it looks like they give you a metal tip and you have a tip remover. So that's a huge plus. It is 3 total tips. But that's pretty good. And I'm going to put that back in there, slide that back in there. And they make it so it's very easy to get inside there. Next up, I'm going to look at what's inside the long one, which I'm new. Yeah, is a charging cable. Now, they don't seem to give you a charging plug, but I'm not going to say that that's a plus or a minus because these days, charging plugs or bricks are everywhere. But it's a USB to USB, and I think that is also a big plug because the USB Type Cs, sorry, I forgot to say that, USB Type Cs seem to be sort of the most popular connector. I don't know why. I don't actually like them, but anyway. And then we have here, figure my way out here. I think this is going to be our little booklet. And yeah. So, oh, good. It's a quick guide. So actually that's going to make Pam a little bit happier. It's a quick guide. I was afraid it was going to be pages and pages of warranty. So it has, the quick guide has introduction to they call it products. Get started shows you the layout of the device and the ports. I think that's very good. I'm going to make a quick comment here, a disclaimer. This is going to be really important in terms of your appreciating my reviews, perhaps compared to some of those of the more polished reviewers. I'm a lefty. Okay, I'm left-handed, and the way that I write is my fingers end up touching the page. So that's been a big problem for me in terms of the laptops, PC, and iPads. Anyway, here it's telling you about you have paper, learning, meeting, daily, picking. I'm not really sure what picking is, application, AI. That was supposed to be one of the big pluses of this device, and mailbox, which I'm hoping I'll be able to use. That's also a concern of mine with any of these devices is the issue of the security. I work at a university, and this may be an issue for you too as well. And we do not use POP or iMac. So the question of being able to, and I want to, compared to other people that I've seen review these products, I want to be able to do my work on the device, but I also want access to my emails and I want access to my calendar. So that's going to be one of my concerns in terms of when you see my reviews on this channel. And it looks like they have a number of other languages that are repeated here. I will say, from my vantage point, something that could be improved would be providing a link to video tutorials or other resources where I, as someone who's new to the e-ink world and to these devices, and perhaps we'll say a little bit older, might benefit from some assistance in terms of familiarity with the device. But I will say that's a good step forward. So we have a power button, which also doubles as a fingerprint sensor. I think that's a plus. It says here that the stylus attaches magnetically, but I give them a plus in terms of that they have a loop for the stylus. And it says there's a function button on the side. That's not true with a lot of the other styluses or other e-ink devices. Some of them may have extra functionality through a button if you pay extra for for a special pen or something. But for most of these, that is the eraser feature is not necessarily standard. So it's something to think about. And it shows sort of three little, I don't know, O's or dots down here at the bottom. It says the USB port is going to be found towards the lower left. There's a back microphone. It says the center, you want to do a long press for home and for task manager. And then on the right, you do a short press to use the AI and a long press on the right in order to input voice to the AI. So they are prioritizing with this device your ability to use AI as a resource, which again, I'm going to say is not something that I saw when I was looking at these devices, either with the Books platform or with the, what do they call it, Smart whatever, Supernote, RADA Supernote platform. You can do some of these AI things on both of those devices, depending on which one you pick, but my understanding is that's not a priority for them. So this is enabled. All right, so I'm going to put this back in here early. I really do like the way that they have thoughtfully designed the packaging here, both outside and inside. I think that's a huge plus. I'm going to close this for now. Really do like that. And we're going to turn our attention to the device. And because this is an unboxing, I'm not going to work my way through the features or anything like that on this video. My purpose in this video is simply to show you and for me to verify that this device actually functions out of the box and that it arrived in good shape and what the packaging looks like. So it's a double-sided folio. That's not true for some of these devices. And we're going to open it up together. It's kind of an attractive off gray. Oh, and it has a little sticker here, which I'm going to add as another huge plus. Apparently, they've thoughtfully designed this device so that there's apparently two tips inside. So you're carrying extra tips in case the tip you're working with is no longer functional. Isn't that pretty thoughtful and cool? And then they have over here this sticker on the stylus, the pen. It actually looks like the pen may have an eraser button back here. And actually it does say that on the tiny print. I don't know why they always have tiny print, probably for the younger folks, but it says eraser sensor in the tail. This is kind of cute tail. Do not pull out the tail. That would not have occurred to me. So, but anyway, we will not pull out the tail. But we will remove the little sticker. So I think that's very cute. Very, very cute. And I'm going to lay it down for a second. Right now it says power off, like I kind of figured power was off. I usually like to charge my devices. So once we sort of verify this thing is working, then I'm going to charge it and spend a little time with it before I make the second video. But at this point, the stylus clearly says it's ViWoods. It has a good feel to it. A little bit of a weighting to it, but it also has like a nice groove, I'm going to say, there for your finger at the end. And a quick observation I'm going to make right now at this point on some of the pens where they actually do have button functionalities. No one seems to think about the placement of the button with respect to where your finger is going to be on the pen. And I'll notice on this one that it's right there. So it will just require, me to move my finger just a tad up in order to access that button on the flat side of the pen. So I have to say, just preliminary look of the device and the design of it. So a lot of thought that's really gone into this one, which is making me feel a little bit more comfortable with it, especially after I waited so very long to receive it and didn't receive it like I was supposed to within 2 days. So it says on the device, Write Different. It says power off ViWoods, and up here it says long press to get started. So I'm going to guess that that means that I'm supposed to press this center button here, or maybe not. Press the button up top. And let's see. And it looks like it's turning on. I think it's turning on. Write Different. And I don't know if I'm supposed to do something at this point. Maybe I have to press down there. Yeah. Okay. It says it's starting for impatient people like me. So we'll be a little bit more patient with it. These things aren't laptops, so I think that's something I'm going to have to get used to. All right. It looks like it turns on. Looks like I'm going to have to choose my language. And as I said, I prefer to actually charge the device, although, I'm going to make a really another important observation up top there. If you look at it, kudos again to ViWoods, because the device has arrived and it's 81% charged. And that is something I don't often find when I purchase electronic devices, that degree of thoughtfulness. So I really have to say, I am super impressed with the unboxing experience here with ViWoods. The outer box, the inner box, the setup of the device itself so far, I'm pretty excited and look forward to seeing how it's going to do with me in my hands. And so with that, for right now, I'm going to sign off of this already too long 20-minute video, but I hope that you find it useful. As I've said, I've been a little bit frustrated. People do what they call unboxing, but they don't show you the outer box. They don't really take you through, a person's first impressions truly in terms of working with the device. And so I hope you benefit from my take on an unboxing experience, and I hope you have a terrific day.